Hello, this is Reddithin, and welcome to the team analysis for Week 2 of the TBU. And this week we are going up against Onesie Bayonet and the Birmingham Spritzee. A little disclaimer, the battle could go up by tomorrow, however, we already discussed this, and he's really busy this week, so it might not actually go up until Sunday. But so hopefully able to get up tomorrow, but I'm gonna get the team analysis up today anyway. So yeah, let's just hold on. Let me pull up his team real quick before we do this, so I can do a bit more of an accurate of an analysis here. Okay, so looking at his team, he's got, the first thing that you have to notice is Tapu Lele. Arguably the most broken mon in a draft format right now, when it's not banned. Most leagues are banning it now, but however, in the TBU we did not ban it. So yeah, that's the main thing to see with this team. Tapu Lele is just absolute monster, and it destroys pretty much everything that doesn't resist Psychic. So yeah, so that's the main thing to look out for. Other than that, his team isn't too terrifying. The Doug Trio, of course, traps a lot of steals that Lele deal with. Of course, I don't really have to worry about that because I got a Skarmory. He's got that Weavile, which is kind of dangerous to pursue stuff like Psychic types. It also might try to wall Lele. And then other than that, he's just got a bunch of support mons, or a bunch of specific role mons like Porygon 2 to take a bunch of hits, which his team is kind of weak on the special defensive side, so he's got Porygon 2 for that. Got the Lantern's a nice pivot, and then you got your Dragonite, which can come in and set up and sweep because nothing really else is really more of a setup sweeper. So, and then you got Cobalion, which is really his only reliable rocker. So I was kind of anticipating that kind of set. However, Swords Dance can also do a lot to me too, so I'm kind of got to be afraid of that. So. Yeah, let's do a little quick overview of his team. So let's go into what I brought. So first up we have the Komodo, and Komodo no. And this thing's got Clinging Scales, Focus Blast, Flash Cannon, Autotomize with the Steelium Z. So this thing pretty much beats his entire team once his team's weakened enough. And I mean that literally this thing just rips through his team once I get rocks up. Because keep in mind, Alex actually does not have any form of removal, so yeah, once I get those rocks up, the Weavile is going to be weakened, the Dragonite's going to lose his multi-scale, and really everything's just going to take damage as they switch in. So yeah, my plan was to get Focus Blast, get up Stealth Rocks, which I actually have on Skarmory here, and then weaken his team enough so I can come with Komodo. And set up the Autotomize and just win pretty much. So yeah, let's get into the the EVs right now are actually meant to outspeed Scarf Lele after the Autotomize boost. I could have gone a bit more to outspeed Adamant Dragonite. However, I kind of wanted a bit of extra HP there so I could have a better chance of setup. And it also allows me to kind of live maybe take bit of Ice Beams from Porygon or an Ice Shard from Weavile better, and so overall just kind of rather have that because there's always a good chance he runs Jolly Dragonite anyway, and I just lose a bunch of bulk for nothing. So yeah, so the moves we got: Clinging Scale, Focus Blast, Flash Cannon. Clinging Scale and Focus Blast pretty much hit basically his entire team really hard. His only resistance to both of those is Lele, and Flash Cannon with the Steelium Z that actually OHKOs Lele without any HP investment. So 100% OHKO every time. So yeah, this thing is just really going to rip through his team if I play it properly. I kind of debated going a bulky set because he has a lot of physical attackers and everything. However, with the Dragonite and the Weavile, I figured it might not be that wise. However, another thing to keep in mind with this thing is that even though he has a Dragonite and a Weavile, both which get priority, which can kind of screw up a sweep, keep in mind that his main switch-in to this thing is gonna be Lele. So if he comes in on Lele as I set up the Autotomize, I KO it with the Flash Cannon or the Corkscrew Crash, and then he can't revenge me with Weavile or Dragonite or anything. So it's it's a pretty good deal there. Next up we have Torkoal. This is max physically defensive with Lava Plume, Solar Beam, Rapid Spin, and Toxic. Lava Plume and Solar Beam hit his entire team, basically. You know, it does a lot to... it does, I mean, in the sun, these two both do, like, a ton to everything. And then we got the Rapid Spin because I need a Hazard Remover because we got Riparian Pinsir. And then finally we got Toxic, and this is only because Porygon 2 and Dragonite. And because everything else is kind of, they're gonna take a lot. Neither want to take like either of these moves. However, if he switches in Porygon 2, because Porygon 2 can wall this, then I just pretty much cripple it with a Toxic. Or if he switches in Dragonite and tries to set up on me, I can just set up the Toxic there and then switch into Skarmory and just stall it out. So yeah, and then we got the Shukaberry, and this is because Dugtrio is an issue. So in case he wants to bring in Dugtrio, it'll barely do anything with Shukaberry, and I can just KO it with the Lava Plume. Same goes for Rhydon in case he decides to play it safe and not go for the Stone Edge, which can actually like Oko anyway because this thing's bulky as all hell. And yeah, I guess the Dragonite too. So yeah, this thing. Oh, and it's also kind of a check to SD Cobalion. So yeah, that's the whole point of Fat Clouds here. Next up we have Jarmory, and this has got Roar, Roost, Iron Head, and Stealth Rock. Max Spadef because I want to be able to take on Calm Mind Lele in case he brings that, and also not get dicked by a Volt Switch from Cobalion or like a Thunderbolt from Porygon 2 or whatever. And yeah, so this thing's got Roar, Roost, Iron Head, Stealth Rock. I originally had Spikes over Roar, however, in a mock that I did, I realized that if I let his Cobalion set up, or his Dragonite set up, then I'm in like a lot, or even like Weavile, really anything that sets up, that Suicune just drops to, then I'm kind of screwed. So yeah, I kind of wanted Roar on there just because he has a lot of stuff that can set up on Skarmory in particular. And yeah, I figured Stealth Rock was really important. The Spikes were kind of, I really wanted Spikes, but I don't think it was really too necessary. And I wanted Toxic on a Torkoal, so I was like, you know, let's put Stealth Rock on this thing. Then we got Iron Head, and I tried to go Iron Head over Brave Bird because Brave Bird, of course, this thing can't really touch Cobalion without Brave Bird. However, I figured I want Iron Head just because Lele is such a huge threat. And there's also the threat of Weavile, which is also kind of a threat. So it's like, you know what, I feel like Iron Head's more important. Next up, we have our Mega Pinsir, and this is enough speed to outspeed Specs Lele, I think, because that's really all I need. And I really lose max speed without a Scarf Lele. And Swords Dance, Feint, Close Combat, Return. Feint is making another appearance because he has the Dragonite, which gets E-Speed. And then we have Close Combat over Earthquake because I want to be able to hit the P2 better, as well as and the Cobalion. Actually, no, Earthquake hits. Close Combat hits harder than Earthquake anyway. So, I mean, if you can run Close Combat, it's better to run Close Combat than Earthquake. And then yeah, so Feint actually, I think 2 KOs Weavile after rocks. I think Quick Attack is actually guaranteed Oko, but after the Swords Dance. But I don't expect him to run max speed anyway, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. And next up we have these EVs got messed up. Okay, let's fix that. I forgot to mention, I actually changed this to the Wakan Berry. I might actually change it to Leftovers once I do the battle, but I don't know. We'll see. Next up we have Meloetta. And this is Max Phys Def, Sub Calm Mind, and this thing is really my main check to Lele. And the reason this thing is so cool is because it can literally set up right in Lele's face. Max Physically Defensive means that even if it's a Scarf Psyshock, it can't actually break my subs. Like, it just misses out. So I can set up on sub up on the Lele or the Porygon 2 or the Lantern, or really anything. Yeah, really those three. Like, I can set up on all 3 of those and just proceed to Calm Mind and then wreck everything with Psyshock and Dazzling Gleam. So I shock, of course, because it's stab, and I wanted it over psychic in case the Lele's calm mind itself, and I can kind of win that war. And then finally we got Dazzling Gleam because Weavile, and really this thing, really the idea behind the sub is that so in case he goes to Lele, I can set up the sub, and Weavile can't like pursuit trap me or anything, so I'm safe behind that sub. I can just do damage with the Dazzling Gleam. And then finally we have max defense Resto Chesto Suicune, and this has got Scald, Ice Beam, Tailwind, and Rest. The Scald and Ice Beam pretty much hit his entire team. This was originally my my phaser. It was like Rest Talk, Scald, Roar. However, I realized that Dragonite actually can be a gigantic problem for me, so I really wanted Ice Beam on there just to kind of make sure that doesn't happen. And then I also wanted Scald too, just because the Cobalion and and really anything else. I really like the Rhydon as well. I didn't want to get an issue in case of setup. And then finally we got Tailwind, and I was kind of like throwing it on here because I didn't really want to make this Rest Talk because I didn't really think I'd get much of a chance to do that. So I was like, I should put up Tailwind just because in case the Cobalion does set up and it's a huge problem, I can set up the Tailwind and then revenge it with Pinsir or Komodo. So it's just kind of in a pinch whether I need that and I don't have to like a chance to set up like a Totemize or something, or Pinsir gets outspeed by everything. I can just set up the Tailwind and I'll be Gucci. So yeah, that's the team for Alex. I don't know when the battle is going to be up, soon, within the next few days, of course, but yeah, so get hyped for that. It's going to be a good time, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, or subscribe if you haven't yet. I appreciate the support, and stay tuned for the battle. It's going to be a good one. We're going to try to beat a Lele, and yeah, so thank you so much, and goodbye.